Welcome to Narrowboat that James built. Hope you're very well. Thanks for joining me. Well, I've got loads to crack on with today after seeing the results of yesterday and how long it took me to grind it all back and stuff like that. I'm not kind of dilly-dallying at all today. Well, I say that. It's kind of 9 o'clock and all I've managed to do is make some breakfast and a cup of tea. Well, 5 cups of tea. But yeah, there is loads to crack on with. So, and once again, the weather is good. Oh shit, sugar everywhere. So yeah, weather's good, and there's a couple of people around to help because I think I'm going to need their help in turning the boat around. But before I do any of that, I need to eat. Scrambled eggs and smoked salmon. Happy days. Well, best laid plans and all, I'm stuck. We're wedged between that boat and that boat. There is literally not a millimetre's gap now. So we are metal against metal. So I'm gonna have to detach that boat from the bank, move that one forwards over to there, and then move this one out. What a hassle. Well, Nick and I eventually managed to turn the boat around. So now I can crack on with this side here. So grind it all back. There's 2 windows on this side, so there isn't a third one at the front like there was on the other side. So I should be okay. This one here seems to be all right. First glances, that'll be okay. This one here looks to be okay, to be honest. Okay. Right. So I've turned the boat around, and it's now time to angle grind kind of this whole side. definitely earned this beer today. It's been, I mean, granted, it's only produced kind of 3 minutes worth of footage, but sanding down, grinding and painting this whole side of the boat with red oxide, it's quite, well, it just takes it out of you. It's quite exhausting, even though the machines are doing all the work. But yeah, this has gone on quite well. Pretty happy with that. One thing I'm not particularly happy with at the moment though is paying for timber to burn. So obviously with the multi-fuel stove I can burn logs and coal, and in the summer I don't really want to have the coal because I don't need it lit in the morning. It's just kind of in the evening at this kind of time, just to kind of burn away a bit of the chill on the boat. I'd like to light a fire. So buying logs is one of the most painful things you can do, to then set fire to them. It is just awful. I've made my peace with the fact that I've had to do some of it because the very nature of where I am, any trees or anything up that comes down or any dead wood is snapped up like that. There's kind of 30 people living here or something, and they all need the same type of fuel, and everyone's trying to scavenge and look for whatever they can. So it's yeah, it's quite well, it's just one of those things. But when I'm out and about on the cut, it won't be like that, because I'm more up somewhere and there'll be some woodland next to it, and I can just have a look round for the bits I need. But here, as I said, if they chop down a tree, there's a kind of a queue of people looking to chop it up. But one thing I can't make my peace with is buying kindling. So I'm using the last bit of light I've got here. Got myself my hatchet back from home when I went there over the weekend, so I can do this. Obviously I can't cut up logs with this. I'm going to need to probably buy a electric chainsaw, like a battery operated chainsaw. I think it'd be quite good, because then I can get off the boat, go into the woods near the boat, kind of hack up some already fallen trees or dead wood or something like that, cut it up into smallish sizes and carry it home with me. So that'll be the plan. But for the moment I can't do this on the boat, obviously, because any major noises or kind of vibrations could break the window. So I have to do it on the jetty. Oh, that one's got a bloody knot in it. So I've kind of got to do it on the jetty. Offcuts of CLS, it's all useful. Right, that ought to do. should hack that up as well. Well, I've tightened up the ropes as well on the boat because, as you'll have seen, it was moving like a bastard when I was sanding and painting it, so it didn't make it any easier at all. I'm talking about sanding and painting. This boat here next to me, a few people have suggested that they might not appreciate it that much, having dust and stuff on it. I mean, they don't. I'm sure they won't. Oh, there's a bee about to go in their boat. Firstly, since I've been here, I've never seen anyone on it, and the little bit of dust that I'm making is kind of not much compared to kind of some of the dirt on it already. But this is a working wharf. I think if you were to put your boat here, you put it here in the full knowledge that there's most likely to be a boat next to you having work done on it. That's the nature of a working wharf. Unlike the marina over there, where if you've got a pristine boat and you don't want to get any neighbours' sawdust or anything like that on it, that's the place to go, because you're not allowed to do anything there. There's a few kind of jetties and pontoons where work is allowed, and obviously it's miles away from where all the other boats are. For that very reason, people want to live somewhere in solitude and quiet, without someone using an angle grinder 6 foot from where they're sleeping. So I totally get that, but that's not the case here. This is as I said, it's a working wharf, and the nature of it is exactly that, working on boats. Right, fire. Where's the bloody kindling gone? Oh, it's out here. I didn't really know how much of the boat I was going to get done this weekend in terms of painting. There's just so much prep that needs to be done before you can put any actual paint on the boat. So that just took its time. Obviously I had that speed awareness course, all kind of took up most of yesterday morning, and moving the boat took up most of this morning. It was a good couple hours, kind of trying to get it kind of through the gap, which didn't materialise at all. So yeah, that was a bit of an ordeal, but it was definitely the right thing to spin it around. I did think halfway through, whilst the boats were all kind of jammed together, I did think, shall I just use Paul's dinghy? But the thought of standing on that with an angle grinder, bloody hell, I mean, it's scary enough on the jetty with the boat moving like this all bloody day. So yeah, the thought of doing that on the dinghy would have been horrific, so I'm quite glad I didn't. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. I'm just going to chill out now, and yeah, got some stuff to sort out for tomorrow. But until then, look after yourselves. Bye bye.